Hello, this is Gary the Coconut bringing you another commentary. Ooh, that was an interesting way to do the split. This is a game between Critical and Dingbat. Dingbat is our Zerg player, Critical is our Protoss player. We can speed up through the intro here. This was a game emailed to me by Dingbat, our Zerg player. So we're going to see what interesting stuff he has in store for us. And I go ahead and take this down. I don't really remember this game. All I remember was I liked it enough to throw it into my folder called The Pot, not the smoking kind. Alright, so unsure of our scouting overlord, you might notice a few things about this commentary. One is how awesome my graphics are. I am on a borrowed laptop at the moment, and it just works. Alright, so doing a little scouting. However, this might be a little, I don't know. I feel kind of mixed about this because you automatically know where your opponent is. So this overlord isn't going to really see anything, but it could see a double gas, which would be helpful if Critical knew what he was doing. However, what do you think, guys? Does he know what he's doing? You be the judge. If he's going for air, then maybe carriers or Templars, then yeah, he knows what he's doing, but I'm not going to say anything. Alright, so over here, quick expansion that's been scouted already. I wasn't able to block it with a pylon. I can probably throw it down into normal speed now. So I'm not going to promise you that I'm going to have good graphics every time. It's just how often I can be on this laptop. There you go. I turned the health bars off so we get a better picture, so I can admire these graphics. I really wish my laptop was this nice, but news flash, it's not. Doing a little scouting here. Nobody's taking the high yield. I feel pretty mixed about this. Usually I will go straight for the high yield. I heard that if you click on a critter enough times, it'll explode. Somebody's going to have to test that for me. Or, hey, I have a series called Tips and Tricks. Why don't I try it out? Wow, nice shockwave around. Wow, graphics are cool. You see, they're fun to watch, but when you're playing, I like them better on the low settings, but that's just me. Stargate going down, so the double gas was intentional. Good job, Phoenix and a Void Ray. Going to do a little harass. However, when you already have two queens, I don't know if it's going to work. They're not connected by a creep tumor. So hey, we will see how it goes. Working on his, this isn't, oh yeah, it's not a 4-gate because we have a starport. So why was this email sent to me? I don't see yet. I'm sure that Dingbat will not disappoint us though. So if you guys want to send me your replays, go ahead, bestofbronze@gmail.com. And I already get more replays than I can cast, so I cast them from random so that everybody has an equal chance to get them casted. Overload or drone getting through, no, not a problem. I'm sure that most of you already know, doing the little click on a mineral patch and he can pass through units. Oh, there we go. This is a pretty good match because two Phoenix aren't very useful. However, one is doing a fine job, isn't it? Let's check on that health. It's doing fine. However, it doesn't look like it's going too well. Yeah, it's not going too well at all. Critical is disappointing us. However, yeah, that's good. Just hold queens up. I don't see any strategy from our Zerg player, however. He is researching speed, and let's get up that production tab. Yeah, getting a lot of Zerglings now, but we are already at the 8-minute mark. Sorry, I need to get that clock up there. Getting his layer tech, so it's pretty late. 8-minute Zerglings aren't usually the best, especially when your opponent just flew in some air units. So not exactly intuitive. Still continuing to go air. He's got just about the same army, but with 2 queens. There we go, there we go. Doing some harass, found a nice point of weakness. Lift that up. Somebody asked me if you can lift spore crawlers with Phoenix that are uprooted, and that answer is no. I was thinking about doing a tips and tricks video on it, but hey, guess what? There's already enough haters out there. I'm just going to tell you that you can't. Spoiler. And then, if you kind of just want to be a butt, you can just sit your army here. Yeah, that's good. Still nothing going on back here at camp, getting some more gateways, even though he's already committed pretty heavily to air. A lot of queens being made, a lot of spore crawlers. I'd say this is a little bit overkill, but whatever. So we now have 3 queens. He really needs to connect this base with a creep. There we go, it's connected. Dingbat, you got this. I have a feeling this game's going to go well. Alright, so he should be building more queens, I think. Queens are good. They're even not too bad against Colossus. I'd say that they're better than Hydras because they got the better range. But I don't know anything. There's the Overseer. Overseers are good to get, but when you already have spore crawlers, we will see what he's going to do with it, if it's going to pay off. Still on 1 base from our Protoss. I like to try to get 1 expansion every 5 minutes. We're already on the 11-minute mark, so both players could be expanding. Again with the creep tumor, just a little suggestion for you guys, not that I know what I'm talking about. Lots of queens. We are now up to 5 queens. Alright, alright. Some roaches. We'll see what he does with it. When I bring out my first queen, that's already more larvae than you can handle usually. So in the early game, you don't have enough funds to resource it, so I go ahead and drop down a creep tumor before I inject, and I have found that I am not at a loss for larvae because, especially with double expanding, I always have lots more larvae than I can afford. So just a suggestion, throw down your creep tumor before injecting. You guys try it out, let me know what you think. So so just to let you guys know what's happening over here, you probably notice I'm not very consistent with my uploads, and I apologize for that. I know a handful of you enjoy them, and you guys, I love you guys. I love all you guys, but I feel like as long as you guys are subscribed, I should be spitting out these videos. I never get to as often as I like, though. I wish I could, but I am a busy man. So if you guys like these fan casts or best of bronze, please let me know. Let me know what you guys like, and then I can do that better. Because with the little time I have, I'd prefer to do what is liked. There's a lot of queens, a little bit overkill, and 2 Niduses. However, only one of them is being loaded. When you have 2 Niduses, you can load them, and it all counts as 1 network. So you can load them twice as fast. So you can throw 2 queens in this one, 2 queens in that one. Not a big deal if you're not in a hurry, but he is throwing everything. Now we only have drones back at base, and what is he going to do with these Nidus? See, at this point he should also, he's got a lot of overlords here. Why doesn't he put one down here, one down here, in the rich, and get some, oh, I heard that. Is it seen? Of course it's seen. That's right on him. How did you let that finish? And these Void Rays are doing a lot of damage. Oh, but those Zerglings are doing well. Colossus, though, and Zealots, not a good sign for those Zerglings. But if he takes out this starport, that will be a big accomplishment, and that is a lot of queens. I now see where he was going with this, and let's see how the... Oh, he had... Wow. How did I miss 2 Nidus? Okay, let's see how these queens do against Colossus, or he could bail. Should be focusing down the Colossus and using Transfuse on the queens, but instead he gets out of there. Let's look at our loss tab. This is not my laptop, you guys. It's a little slow. Alright, so our Zerg did lose more, but the Protoss lost more resources, so that wasn't bad. Mineral line decimated. Probe transfer down here. Let's look at that. Unit count 16 to 40. Dingbat is doing awesome. Nice creep highway, skipping those rocks. I like what I see. Throw down a creep tumor, so he does have vision. Very nice. And critical is deciding to counterattack. What's got going on over here? Oh, the observer. Okay. This game is just about winding down here, but he left his base completely undefended. Completely. I see some sort of base race scenario unless he turns around, which wouldn't be a good thing, because Protoss do usually do better in a base race, because they can throw down pylons anywhere, and his probes are out here. He could scoot on out of there and have a pretty nice base race. Ooh. Queen could have had a transfuse. Probably too much going on for him to watch both bases. Not looking good. In the base... Oh! Hello, beauty of a Nidus network. I kill your base, and then I come back. Notice this. He left 4 Zerglings here, and that is going to do quite a bit of damage. Still saving this up. He decides to sack his expansion. And what is this? Alright, this is one of many things that I would disagree with Critical on doing, is bringing the probes. Those were his only chance. Notice not a lot of minerals here for him. But our Zerg player, he is rich. Rich as Mitch. Notice those queens aren't doing too bad. I told you, queens are pretty good against Colossus. Not so great against Stalkers, but they're going to do the job just fine, especially if he can use those Transfuse. I would love to see Transfuse going on. There's some. I saw one. Not fast enough. I don't think these queens are going to be able to hold this off, especially if he's focusing down the probes. He definitely needs to get out of there. And why he has so much money, throw down proxy hatches, get some money spent, creeping the pooping overlords, why not? I don't see this ending well. Now we just have these Zerglings over here. They did kill a pylon, so production is done. No units, no building. I think that Critical thinks he has this in the bag. We're going to see what Dingbat does. I don't see how this is going to end well for Dingbat. If he pulls his drones off, he does have quite a bit, but... Does the Blink Stalkers have Blink? Can't stop moving. Nope. Some roaches. That is good. That's what he needs. There's so much that I would be doing right now that he is not doing, and I wish he was doing it. Drones actually aren't... I mean, they're not the greatest against Stalkers, but they're not bad. I mean, they're not great, but they're better than, oh, say... Overlords. Anyway, back at base, those Zerglings, see, that's what I was talking about. He just left a few over there, and it's taken out his base. Bam! And once these Stalkers are dead, that will be game. And look, so many more minerals on this side. It's just not even a contest now. It's obvious he's going to win. There's 0 production over here. I don't know why. Alright. He left. Finally. That was... You know, I'm mixed on this game, okay? I don't know what to say about that one. These could have helped. All he had were roaches and drones and a few queens. He could lift up the queens, kill the drones. Like, bam, lift this queen up. And, yeah. And those Zerglings, though, that... I'd probably say that was the best part of this game, was just leaving a few Zerglings here. And they did... I mean, they just did so much over that time. It was very impressive. But yeah, I don't know. Interesting game, I thought. Nice Nidus work. Nidus networks, don't see those very often. One Zergling here doing nothing. Alright, well, this is Gary the Coconut, and that's it.